Alright, let us look at the final part before we go into the project discussion. Over here, let me put down the detail feasibility study. Alright, we have done the preliminary feasibility study. Now we go down to the detailed feasibility study. Over here again, we just want to make sure that it is feasible, right? And detail over here meaning to say that we go down one step further, not only into the three pillars that we highlighted: the technical, economic, and organizational. We go down into deeper, especially the economic. So economic first, then we look into operation, we look down into technical, then we move into schedule and the legal and regulatory feasibility. Alright, economical over here, we have methods. There are like simple methods, right? The payback period, those kind of return on investment. But now we are now going to more detail. We are going to accessing them a bit more rigorous. Then we have the operational feasibility. We want to make sure that it goes back to the organizations over here, right? Let me just do a line over here. Economy is this one, then the organization, and then the technical. We add in two more over here to the dimensions. Alright, what I would say schedule, because we want to start things already. We know what to build. We know what is the requirement for our system is, what are the specific features that we would like to it to be present in our system, and also we should know from there onwards we should create the schedule out, right? And also the legal. Operational feasibility, again we look into whether the acceptance again, all right, with what being accessed above, all right, with what being interviewed, with what has been done. Then we will go into a more detailed feasibility test in terms of acceptance. We'll go into the user. Will tell them that okay, now we will have these new functions that is to automate certain process, and this will solve your problem in terms of accuracy, or it will save your time so that you can do other process. All right, so these are all more detailed feasibility study. Then we can go into and look at the indicator, whether they want or they are committed to participate or not, because when we develop the prototype, we will ask them for their opinion and so on, right, when we reach to that stage. Then feasibility in terms of the technical, we want to see whether they have we again look at what we want to offer, the functional. Then we can actually go into detail and we will look into the technical part. Alright, then over here we want to know that if we have the technology or not to solve what we identify. It will be useless if we say that we want to do this and that, but we don't have the technology yet, or we don't have enough finance over here, right? And schedule over here is simply the Gantt chart. All right, this is when we do a feasibility test, we need to draw out the Gantt chart. This is basically you want to split out your work and so on. Then finally we want to also make sure that we are I would say compliant. All right, we are comply to the law or regulation. All right, that's it. All right, that's it. That pretty much sums up the whole week 3 lecture, right? And over here is I would say the process for 3 different segments. One is the farming village, second is the processing village, and the third is the selling. All right, the e-commerce sales. All right, these are all steps and procedures. I will share this with you. These are the additional materials, right? For your project. Of course, if you don't have this process, then you cannot know where to improve or what to update, right? We will what I will do is I will create the next week. All right, next week the tutorial we will draw the BPMN for this. All right, for this this process over here. Okay, let me just give you the final keyword, which is Alright, see you all next week in the class tutorial as usual, and make sure you participate in the forum. Alright, okay, alright, that's it.